Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. On the menu today, we're going to be frying some chicken legs. Some spicy chicken legs or drumsticks, whatever you call it.
Hashtag, I'm a big deal. I'm a big deal. Very, very, very important.
So using about 10 medium-sized drumsticks, I'm going to go ahead and season it. So a tablespoon of chicken, my Maggi chicken seasoning, a tablespoon of the all-purpose, a tablespoon of the aromat. Now this is egg powder. I'm going to use maybe a fourth of a teaspoon of the egg powder. I'm going to add a teaspoon of white pepper, and I'm also gonna add a couple of teaspoons, or maybe depending how spicy you want it, you could add a couple of teaspoons and a half of cayenne pepper, depending how spicy you want it. If you like the heat, you know, you add as much as you can or you want. Now once you've added all your dry rub, just go ahead and give it a good mix. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for coming by. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so you know when I upload a new video for my returning subscribers. Big up on yourself. Now what I'm doing here is I'm using my knife to just bore some holes in it, because in my head I'm like, when you got a little holes in there, the seasoning gets down in it so much better and it cooks even better. You're gonna get this moist chicken. Now you can marinate this overnight, a few hours. I left this for about half an hour before. It was still tasty, but as you know, the longer you can let something marinate, the tastier it's gonna be, right? Now for my flour mix, I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 cups of flour and 1 cup of potato starch. I'm using potato starch, but you can also use cornstarch. Now what this does is just going to give it a nice little crisp to the chicken. Now I'm also going to season the flour. Now because I season my chicken quite heavily, I'm going to go light on the flour. So I'm just literally going to add about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to add a little bit more cayenne pepper in it. So I'll say about another teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And I'm also going to add some white pepper, about a teaspoon. I'm not going to use anything that has any salt content in this, because the chicken well seasoned already, and you don't want to salt chicken, so I'm not going to use anything with salt in the flour mix. Now what I'm doing here, I've got a pot on my little strainer. Make sure you use a metal strainer, because what I'm going to do is, in between batches of frying the chicken, I'm going to strain the oil off so it gets rid of a lot of the residue that's built up in the bottom of the pot. Now let's flour these. Now, try and pull the skin back down a bit, because once the hot oil hit that skin, it's just going to curl up like nobody's business. And you want that skin on to help to protect the chicken so the meat itself is not dry. Now I'm using a bag to do this, but you can use a container. Sometimes I use a container, sometimes I use a bag, depending on what mood I'm in. I don't think it makes much difference. The bag, I would say, maybe is a lot less mess to your hands, but hey, that's why you have soap and water, or wash your hand when you finish. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead now and flour my chicken. During this time, you can have your heat on, put your oil in your pot and let it start to get heated. Now you want to have your flame on like a medium to high heat at this moment. Now once you put the chicken in the bag, just make sure you close the bag. No dash your flour. No, we're not waste nothing. Just give the bag a good shake. I like to squeeze that flour mixture onto the chicken. Just use my hand and just literally squeeze it on. Now when your oil is ready, I'll normally test my oil by dropping a little bit of the flour in it. Once it starts to float, hey, we're ready for rock and roll. So I just start adding my chicken. Now be careful, do not overcrowd your pot, because you should know by now that when you overcrowd your pot, your oil temperature will drop. Hence you're gonna have some soggy ass chicken. The chicken's going to start boiling. you know, so that cannot work. So yeah, and don't overcrowd your pot. Now I fried this for about 15 minutes. Now I turn my chicken at least every 4 minutes. Now when I'm turning my chicken, what I like to do, I like to get my fork and poke holes into the chicken. Now trust me, you'll just get that hot air flowing through that chicken, cooking the chicken much quicker and cooking that chicken right down to the bone. Don't skip this step. Do not skip this step. Make sure you get yourself a nice fork and just poke some holes in it, turn it over. And I do this every time I turn my chicken. As I said, I turn my chicken about every 4 minutes, and I fry this for roughly about 15 minutes. But that's what, you know what I always say, make sure the chicken fry before you give to people for eat. Nobody give up body no raw chicken for eat, because them are going to chat to you. I'm going to tell you, say, like, you don't know what you do. No. So even though I say 15 minutes, maybe depending on the size of your chicken, you may need 12 minutes, or you may need an extra few minutes. Just make sure the thing cook, or the thing not dry up. Now once your chicken is cooked, take it out, put it on a rack. Now I'm just using my little oven tray. It's got a grid on it. Put some, you know, greaseproof paper underneath and put that chicken on top. Now what I'm doing here, as I said before, I'm just straining off my oil. You see all that residue? You do not want to leave this in the pot, because then when you start to putting in the rest of your chicken, it will burn. Now don't do like me, you know, but if you can, get a napkin and wipe out the oil and the little residue that's built up. I'm using my hands, but look here, I'm gonna put on no oven mitts. Don't burn up on a finger. Don't do it. So once I've done that, I'm gonna replace my oil, put it back in there, not replace the oil. I'm gonna pour my oil back in, getting ready for the second batch. Now it's important, forgot to say before, that when you're gonna take your chicken out of the flour, make sure you give it a good tap to get rid of the excess flour that's on the chicken. You know, shake it off, tap, get rid of most of the flour that's on it. Just use the bit that's actually stuck to the chicken, because you don't want no flour over flour chicken. No, not happening around here. And that's it, guys. My spicy chicken leg is finished. Chicken drumstick, anyway, all part of the country, all part of the world, is just different thing. But we ever know, you know, chicken leg. Give me the leg. There you have it, guys. My spicy chicken legs. Now, you know, you're gonna serve this up with a little bit of hot sauce on the side for the ones who like it extra hot. Now, comment down below and tell me what's your favorite hot sauce for your fried chicken. Me, boy, I'm not telling a lie. I love the whole of them nice. A little of this and a little of that, never hurt nobody. And that's it, guys. There's my chicken ready. Whoa, God, let me take a bite for you. Now, guys, pay attention to this chicken. Look at the moistness in that chicken leg. Like, where dry chicken I go? No, sir. Nobody need teeth now and pop out around you. You have to pick out chicken out of your back teeth now. And look at that. Clean down to the bone. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and as I always say, to aim high, work hard, but smart, because the sky's the limit and only you can limit yourself. Catch you in the next video, guys. Bye.